Good morning. Welcome back, everyone. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Go Giants. Go New York Giants, man. Hope you guys enjoyed the Super Bowl. I actually won a Super Bowl square. Can you believe that? Super Bowl square, man. That has never happened to me. So very happy about that. Nice little win there. All right. Sorry, guys. Gonna update this real quick. Alrighty. How's everyone doing? How's everyone doing? You won the third quarter. Nice WT. Welcome back. Welcome back. How was Miami? It was fun. Gotta drink my coffee, man. Gotta wake up. I think it was like a $2,200 square, so it's pretty good. I'm starting the week profitable. ARM. Yeah, ARM was nice off 107 on Friday. That was really nice from Friday. That 107 pullback, we were talking about that one. That was clean. That 710 break and retest on Nvidia, very clean. That AMD hold of the 20 SMA, clean. A lot of clean moves on Friday. Alrighty. Wait a few more minutes for some people to jump in. Welcome back, guys. Good morning. Hope you guys are having a good morning. Hope you're having a good week. Hope you had a good weekend. No more weekend. Weekend's over. Yeah, big one, Chef. Pretty crazy. I had 2 and 5. Those were my numbers, 2 and 5. I think we have a market holiday coming up. Is it this weekend? No. Yeah. Yes. The 19th. Yes. Okay. So we do have a 3-day weekend approaching. That's good to know. So next Monday, market is closed, guys. Just to let you know. All right. Make sure you remember that. Market is closed Monday next week. So we have a nice 3-day weekend approaching. You can be excited for that. And let's get started because we have a lot of economic data to be talking about this week. So let's do it. Press that like button if you guys could as you come in. Subscribe to the channel. Let's pull up that economic calendar and let's get this thing going. All right, here we go. So, economic data today. A couple talking heads. Nothing too crazy. FOMC member Bauman, Barkin, and then the federal budget balance at 2 o'clock today. So just a few talking heads, nothing too much to be cautious of. But Monday, starting out with some things there. The big stuff is tomorrow. So tomorrow, CPI, that's very important. You guys know that. So that's going to be our major event of the week is CPI on Tuesday. Wow, this is the first time I've seen, I'm assuming it's correct. This is the first time I've seen CPI and PPI be so spread apart. Usually it is at the, day after day. The next day after. Hold on, guys. I got to put on, my Demo Pro is not on right now for some reason. And you guys know I need my Demo Pro. All right, there we go. So we have CPI here, right? Usually PPI is the next day, but looks like we got a little bit of a gap there from Tuesday to Friday, which is interesting. I haven't seen that before. But Tomorrow, obviously, that's the big event. So if you guys are swing trading today, please be aware of that. Maybe be careful swing trading. I typically will scale down. I'm not always just going to fully get out of positions, but there's no way I'm going to hold a position that will greatly affect the portfolio. So a little bit, if I'm holding some Google and AMD, which I am right now, then maybe I scale down a little bit, maybe hold a few contracts that don't really affect the overall portfolio. But please be aware of that. CPI, right, 8:30 tomorrow morning, and you are not going to be able to take action on options contracts if you hold them overnight, right? You're at the mercy of CPI tomorrow on anything you hold overnight. So be aware of that. Thursday, retail sales. You guys can see right here, normal unemployment claims. That's important as well. That's Thursday. And then finally, Friday, PPI, consumer sentiment. Those are the big ones. And that's pretty much our economic calendar. So nothing too much to worry about today, in my opinion. Nothing too much to be, being cautious of today. I would say tomorrow, obviously CPI. You got your retail sales on Thursday. And then Friday, you got your PPI and consumer sentiment. All right. So not a crazy economic week, but definitely some decent ones mixed in there. So let's just be aware of that. All right. Let's go to anything. We got anything big this week on earnings? Yeah, we got some decent ones. Here's earnings. So here's our earnings calendar of the week. Today, nothing too much that I would be paying attention to. But tomorrow, you start to get some interesting ones, right? Shopify. You guys know I love Shop. We might have to do a long-term portfolio update here. But Shopify, you guys know I love Shop. That's going to be Tuesday morning, tomorrow morning. That's been really good to me and really nice upside on Shop recently. So Shopify, that's one. Datadog, that could be a very interesting one with the whole, the very hot sector that it's in. So Datadog, I would watch. That could be something to be interested in. Airbnb, Upstart, Robinhood, Lyft, MGM. Those are some decent ones, some small caps if you want to pay attention to them. Sony, I don't know what Barrick is. Is that gold? I have no idea what that is. Twilio, Cisco, Oxy, Crocs. You guys like Crocs. Someone's swing trading or someone's YOLing earnings on Crocs. I bet you someone is. Crocs. I can't believe Crocs is a publicly traded company. Yeti could be interesting. The reason why I'm interested to see what Yeti does is because I watched a video a few weeks ago about social. What did they call it? It's basically like an investing tactic or trading tactic based off of social trends. I forgot what the exact name of it is, but it's basically just paying attention to trends, social trends, and then trading off of those trends, very short term. Reactions to that type of short-term trend. And you guys know that you had that whole TikTok social media crazy thing on the Stanley. You guys know those Stanley cups, the Stanley, stainless steel cups, whatever you want to call those. I'm interested to see how that affects Yeti. That could be sort of interesting. I don't know if I'm going to be trading it, but I guess you could call it arbitrage, yeah. Social arbitrage. So that's sort of like you could sort of witness this real time if you want. Watch Yeti, see if they say anything about the Stanley cups and see if it either hurts Yeti, helps Yeti. This is interesting. So could be something to watch. That's probably the most recent example of social arbitrage that I would, in the most recent trend that I would be aware of, would be Yeti versus Stanley, and how does Yeti get affected by it. Oatly, that's crazy. I didn't know Oatly was publicly traded. Shake Shack, Wendy's, I had no idea Oatly was publicly traded. Learn something new every day. And then this is a pretty decent day right here, actually. DraftKings, Coinbase, Roku, Trade Desk, Applied Materials, DoorDash, Toast, Open Door. So some decent ones there. So you got a lot of those smaller names starting to report this week, so just be aware of that. Some of those smaller names going to start reporting here. These are some big names, though, right? They're pretty well-known stocks: Shopify, Airbnb, Upstart. That's pretty big stuff. Twilio's big, right? DraftKings, Coinbase, Roku. So keep an eye on those. Fastly. All right? Just be aware of it. All right. With that said, I think it's time. To dive in. So there's ARM. Oh, yeah. Do we have any bond auctions? I think we got most of those out of the way last week. Let me just double check. February. Yeah, we got some small ones. Nothing too big. We got the 13-week today. 13-week and 26-week. I don't think that's too major today, but I can show you really quick. You had the big ones last week, right? The 3-year, the 10-year, the 30-year. Those were last week. Those are the big ones. Right here is today. 13-week, 26-week bill. That's today right here. So I don't think that's too major. And then all the rest of this week, it's the small ones, right? Nothing, not the big ones. So I don't think you're gonna get affected too much by these today. But you could watch 1 o'clock. You could always watch 1 o'clock, right? And really, you should just know 1 o'clock is a time to be, probably fully out of positions. If not, you're in positions that you don't really care about. That's typically my rule. If I'm in a trade at 1 o'clock, it's got to be either a really small swing trade, something that I'm just sort of monitoring, nothing that my account's going to get destroyed by some kind of a economic event. 1 o'clock, you should be starting to de-risk things, right? Starting to be cautious on what you got holding. What's the risk of my portfolio? It's 1 o'clock. Let me be careful of what I have. All right, let's do it. Press that like button, subscribe to the channel. Here we go. So what happened on Friday? Friday was a perfect example of, once again, a previous high turning into a new low, right? This is just the break and retest again, guys. Break and retest again, over and over again. Can't make it up, right? You had this previous Wednesday high that turned into lows on Thursday. You had the Thursday high that turned into lows on Friday, right? It's just it's called stair stepping. It's called break and retest. It continues to happen here, and as long as it continues to happen, the market is going higher. Wednesday's highs, Thursday's lows. Thursday's highs, Friday's lows, right? And so it's just going to continue to stair step, and that's what you're looking for. So again, that's happening. It's gone now, right? You get those big moves, right? You get some consolidation. If you don't catch it, right, then you get a big move, and it's gone. So that's what happened. Thursday highs, Friday lows. If you didn't catch any longs, right, it's gone. So now what do you have to do? You got to be more patient. You got to be more patient and looking for pullbacks. So let's zoom in on this 5-minute chart. Let's look at Friday's price action. And let's see where we might want to see some pullbacks to today. That's really what the name of the game is today. Where are the pullbacks? Where am I looking for new long entries after this big upside here on Friday? So number one, I think we want to have this marked out, 18,070. Of course, we have that rejection possibility up there, right? That's just a Friday high. It's not a major level, right? There's no previous levels up here, guys. Remember that. We're at all-time highs. So we're not really working off anything on the upside. Really, all we're looking at is where's the previous day level, and that is at 18,070. So, of course, we'll have that marked out. Just be aware of that, right? Be aware of being long into this level without any type of pullback entry, right? We don't want to be long into this level if we didn't catch longs off a pullback, right? We want to pull back to enter a long into this level, right? We want to be in here and selling here. We don't want to be in here, right, and then risk this happening to us. So what we want is pullbacks. Pullbacks are our friends. Pullbacks were our friends all day Friday. I was sort of saying this to the group. I was talking like I was in Finding Nemo. Pullbacks are friends, not food, right? And that's what I'm going to continue to think like, because that is really the way that you've had to trade this market, right? If you just look for pullbacks and you long the pullbacks, it hasn't been that hard of a trade. But it's very, sometimes people just can't get their mind wrapped around that pullbacks are actually good. So what do you want to see today? You want to see the market drop to 18,000, right? You want the market right here. You want the market to drop quick. Honestly, you want it to drop quickly. You want it to scare people, right? Oh my God, the market's dropping. Oh my God, right? And then you want to see 18,000 hold. You want to look to see if that turns into a long, and then you trade this back up into the 18,070, That's what you really want. That's dream day right there. You want quick aggressive downside. Oh my God, the market's tanking, right? Because I'm on the 2-minute chart and I'm not looking at previous levels, right? 18,000 hold strong, which is Friday's high, this little Friday high, and this little after hour low, right? You want to see that sort of hold up and then see if you can catch along here, targeting a move back up towards that 18,070. That's a beautiful trade opportunity today. Let's see if that happens. If we drop under 18,000, right, then we're looking at this low from Friday, this little consolidation level. It might be 17,970. It might be 17,980, right? It could be either one of those, right? So here's why I say that. So it could be this right here, this wick low at 17,970, but it could also be 17,980. So what I would possibly do, or like 977, when I see this, what I usually would do is have the entire zone mapped out, just so I am aware that pullbacks could come in, or holds could come in anywhere in that zone, right? So anything between 17,967 to around 17,977. So it looks like it's about a 10-point range. Anything from this previous high, this low, and then these sort of holds on Friday afternoon, anything in there is where I would say you could see another pullback long opportunity. So I'm going to have this zone mapped out today. So if we get that pullback, I will look to see if that turns into a long entry. Okay. Under that, you have probably a little bit more downside, right? If you fail to hold this level here today, then you're probably going to have more downside towards this 17,925. And you're probably going to see, if you get below that, you're going to see us back to that 17,900, which is that hold level from Friday. So that's sort of how you progress. This is sort of, guys, this is, if I could make a Super Bowl reference here, right? Let me make a little, I think it's a good time to make a Super Bowl reference or a football reference. These are your reads, right? If you're a quarterback, right? You're a trader. You're the quarterback of your trading career. You're going through your reads, right? So here's your reads for the day, guys. And you don't always just throw, right? You don't always just throw at those reads. If something's, if there's a cornerback on it, or let's say there's weakness at it, right? You're not gonna throw it to it. So your first read of the day is to 18,000. Second read, right here. Third read, right here. But you need to wait to see what happens at these levels, right? I'm not just, seeing the market drop to 18,000 and just slamming longs here without even looking at the price action, okay? You have to wait and see what happens at these levels. But the only way you can wait to see what happens at these levels without emotion is if you actually just wait for them to pull back, right? Some people can't do that. So what do we want to be? We want to be the people that actually wait for the pullback, wait to see if that 18 holds. If it does, great long. That's our first read. If we drop under 18,000, right, you get your second read around this 17,980, 17,970. Let's see what happens there. Your third read is if we drop back down to this Friday support area around 17,925. Now, later in the day, right, if we don't get a pullback, let's just say this market rips today. Let's say we open, we do an absolute rip to the upside, all right? No pullbacks, straight up, right? Oh, my God, we're straight up. What are you looking for? Straight up move, you're looking for this, okay? If you get a straight up move today, you are looking for a hold over 18,070 for your long entries. So if we get a straight up move, let that thing squeeze, right? Let it go, right? Let it go as far as it wants to go. What you're looking for and you're waiting for is that ultimate pullback, which will come, okay? And it will pull back to that 18,070, and then you can see if that sets up a new long entry on a retest, all right? 18,070, 18,000, that's really your first area to watch. You could maybe watch a little bit of this 18,015. You could watch a little bit of this 18,030 area, but I'm not interested in playing in there. I'm interested in the big levels. So that would be 18,000 for me. All right, let's continue. QQQ. Where's our first read? All right, our first read is right here at pre-market lows and this little late day hold on Friday. It's at 436.60. That's read number one. 436.60. All right, we're looking to see if there's anything there at that pre-market low. Under that, you got this little Friday double top that held as a support late day, 436.25. That's read number 2. So read number 1. Whoops. Read number 1. Read number 2. Here's 1. Here's 2. And then under that, right, we're looking at anywhere between, it looks like 436.50. This is similar to what we had on the other chart, right? Anywhere between 436.50 and around that 435, right? Right in here. All in there, right? Anywhere from these lows here to this wick low and wick high here. That's our third read. So number 3 is in that major zone there. Number 2, number 1, we're looking for those reads. All right? Very clear. Pre-market lows, this little Friday double top high, and then this little low from Friday, and those wick lows from Friday. Anywhere in this zone is where I'm watching. Under that, you're coming back down to that Friday sort of that Friday consolidation that we had in here around 434, and then obviously the Friday lows was very big. All right, that's the QQQ. So the ES was a thing of beauty on Friday. This was the cleanest move of the, I would say, of the entire market. Was the pullback holds of the previous double top highs. I mean, once again, guys, we talked about this in the pre-market. What did we talk about on the pre-market? How the market was extended, the market was straight up. Why don't you wait for a pullback, right? What happened on Friday? Hopefully this can show you once again how powerful waiting for break and retests are, right? This can show you again in real time here how powerful waiting for retests are and waiting for the proper opportunity to enter the market long as we push higher. All right, everyone that chased this shit, right, in the pre-market, slammed, right? Slammed. Don't do that. Stop doing it, right? You got to stop at some point. You have to stop at some point in your trading career. You have to stop chasing things. It's just, you got to have some kind of mental strength to just stop doing the same stupid shit over and over again, okay? So let's stop doing that, right? And what happens? Once again, it's the same thing we talk about every day on this stream. The retests, right? Wednesday, Thursday, double top high. Where did the ES perfectly stop going down on Friday? At that exact level, okay? Perfect. Absolutely perfection. Wednesday highs, Thursday highs, the exact low on Friday. You really can't make that up, right? You can't make that up. So what did this do? What was this move? This was a break. This was a retest. And this was the best long opportunity of Friday. Straight off that level. Straight to the upside. Absolutely perfection. Wednesday highs. Thursday highs. Perfect pullback. Perfect long. So hope you guys are seeing this, man. It's once again on Friday. If you guys were in the voice chat in the Discord, you guys know we were saying, we're right at that 5,020. It's starting to hold, and I was starting to enter longs, right? I was entering longs here pretty much all Friday morning. Looking for that upside. And that is exactly what we got. So perfect retest level on Friday. Absolutely beautiful. Let's look for it again. Today, let's go to the 15-minute chart. You guys can see right here, 15-minute chart. 5,038, that little Friday low, that's number 1. That's read number 1, right there. This little Friday low, 5,038. Then you got this little Friday double top high, 5,034, right? Watching that. That's number 2. If you get under that, I'm not in love, right? Maybe back until 5,025. Maybe a little something there. But honestly, if you really want to be confident on longs, you're coming back to here, okay? You're coming back to here. If you really want to be confident on longs, you're coming back to that 5,020, right? You're coming back to that Wednesday, Thursday high, that Friday low, right? And really, what would this be? Okay, let's draw this out real quick. If you get a pullback, so this is exactly what I'm talking about here. So remember this? Remember consolidation? Consolidation, right? You get sideways action. You want to do it again, right? You want to do another consolidation. So what do you want for the market to consolidate for more upside? You want the previous highs to turn into new lows. So what do you really want? Where do you really want to be long this market? Right here. Right? You want to be long in this area. You want to be long in this area, right? Where did you want to be long? Let me see if I'm going to make this white. I'll make this a little bit, this is going to make a little bit more sense to you here. This is consolidation. Maybe this is your new consolidation range. Maybe, right? It's still too early to tell. But if it is, right, where did you want to be long the last few days of the last week? In here, right? You want to be long in here, right? In this green zone, right? This is where you wanted to enter longs, right in there. Longs there resulted in positive risk reward. This is your highs, right? You don't want to be long at the highs. Right, there's your highs. We don't want to be long there. All right, that's possible rejections. There's your low. There's your high. Okay? Now, you have that previous high that turned into a new low. All right, very nice. Market can be explained by drawing colorful boxes. So look what happened here, right? You get a flip. So where do we want to be long now? Here, man. Right? Here. Stop longing at at these possible supply highs, because what could happen? This could be your new channel high. Right, that. New channel high. What you want the market to come back down. You want it to find the base here. You want to long it again, right? So there's a beautiful drawing for you. Start thinking that way, all right? Start thinking that way. All right, so 5,038, 5,034, 5,025, 5,020. You got to pull back to some of these levels today. SPY, same thing. Look at SPY, guys. Look at SPY. Look at this. Previous highs, Wednesday. Previous highs, Thursday. Where did we hold? I mean, it's a thing of beauty. Wednesday, Thursday. Straight up pre-market, right? Chaser's paradise. Slammed early morning, right? Right for the pullback. Right? This is if this is something that you're experiencing, guys, I get it. Right? But this is where, you learn it after a long time, okay? If you took losses Friday morning because you were long too early, right? Let's say you traded some futures in the pre-market, you sort of chased some longs in the NASDAQ, ES, NASDAQ, whatever, early morning, right? You got slammed on them because you just chased upside in the pre-market, right? Early morning, you get downside, you get stopped out, right? You're getting stopped out as we move lower. You're getting stopped out right into the perfect hold level, and then you see this thing sort of reverse back to the upside. All right, that is going to happen at some point in your trading career. That's going to happen at some point in your trading career, and this is what I'm trying to teach on this YouTube channel. I'm trying to get people to learn about the pullback longs, right? The retest longs. So here's your high. Here's your high. Where was the proper SPY entry for longs on Friday? It was at the exact previous highs. Right here, right here, right there. Beautiful. So that was big. That's 498.50. That was really nice on Friday. Okay. We have this 500.8. We have this 500.220. We have this 499.20. And we have this 498.50 again. Those are our pullback levels today. If we go to the 5-minute chart, let's go here. You have this low. You have this little double top high. You have these lows from Friday afternoon. And you have that retest level on Friday morning. All right, so here, 5,080 first watch. Under that, watching this 5,020. 520. Under that, watching this sort of 499.40 to 499.20 area. Okay, that's the area. There. Those are my levels. All right, let's continue. IWM, wow, it's back up to 200. Shit. All right, so IWM, that's pretty easy. Just watch 200 today. Got nothing else to share there. IWM 200, big level there. Dow Jones. Dow Jones has been on a nice grind as well. All right, you can see, look at these levels that are respecting. So really, where do you want the Dow back to? I'd say back to here. Back to that 20 SMA. Right? That'd be great. Look for that Dow to come back to that 20 for some new long entries back in this area. That could be very nice. All right, let's continue. Stocks. Press that like button. How many likes we got? Damn. 633 likes. That's terrible. Well, enjoy your ads. I'm going to take a sip of my coffee. All right. Here we go. Press that like button if you could. I know it's difficult, but if you could, press that like button. 1 hour chart on Tesla. So, really, what's the first thing I'm looking at here? Okay. The first thing I'm looking at is the fact that the 20 SMA is coming in hot, right? This is coming in hot, right? And today, the 20 SMA is probably going to open right around that 116 level, okay? This is likely why you're going to have a tough time getting above 196, okay? So 196 is going to be major. This is going to be your major level of the entire week on Tesla. 196 will most likely decide whether Tesla pulls back here or Tesla squeezes up to like 208. It's all going to be based off of if Tesla can break or if it gets stuck under 196 and the 20 SMA. Because the 20 SMA, by seeing, where this has been moving down, it looks to me like that 20 SMA is going to open today pretty much right at 196. So you're going to have a very major level here at 196. You're going to have the previous highs here, and you're going to have a 20 SMA. And is that by coincidence? Your guess is better than mine, maybe. So it's just funny how that works, right? You're going to have a major confluence here, 196 and the 20 SMA. This is going to be a huge level today. You're seeing a little bit of downside off of it for now. I would definitely not, right? If you didn't long Tesla down here, okay? If you didn't long Tesla down here, but now you're interested in longs, I think you're a little bit ass backwards, okay? You had to be long, in my opinion, at least somewhere near this 180 area. I would not be longing right into 196. That's the absolute worst spot you could long Tesla, right? As you get this upside grind, if you're now looking to long Tesla right into supply and right into the 20 SMA, it's a little bit ass backwards, okay? You need to get above this level, but if you can hold above 196, then I definitely like the longs, okay? If I see a real solid hold over 196, that then solidifies a new idea for me to the upside, right? Maybe a hold over 196, right? A hold over that 20 SMA. If that 20 SMA starts to turn into support today, or let's say sometime this week, right? You start to see those demand bounces off the 20. You start to see that bounce coming in off that 196. Then, right, you get that sexy long probably for this little gap fill up towards 208. That could be very nice, okay? But that is not until you have confirmation of 196 breaking and holding. Would I short this? It's a possible short. It definitely is. If you want to try to short the 20 SMA, you do have the possibility of some type of a trend break, right? It's possible. Tesla's been pretty difficult trade lately. But is it possible? Yes, right? Could you get a trend break here? Yes. Could Tesla completely fake you out and eat your lunch? Yes, right? So I've found a lot of success trading other stocks the last few weeks, to be honest. And, do I really need to trade Tesla in this very, very focused on area? Right? Tesla's being very, very, there's a lot of people paying attention to what Tesla's doing right now. So it's getting a little bit more difficult, I would say. But for now, I would say you could look for that short off 196. I think it's a very possible and very valid idea. You would be shorting a previous high, and you'd be shorting a 20 SMA. So, yeah, I think I wouldn't be, in terms of risk reward, this would be your risk, and your reward is if Tesla starts to get weak again, does it maybe move back to 180? Is that possible? But that's a positive risk reward that you can look for here if that's your trade idea. You can't hate it. You can't hate that trade idea. Trading is about trading your analysis, trading your ideas, and making sure that you're not, making sure you have positive risk reward and that you stop out when you're wrong, and that's it. So if you like it, you say, hey, I think this Tesla sort of push to the upside is sort of iffy. I'm not in love with it. I sort of like this as my re-entry short area, maybe looking for another bounce, another drop back into demand. I think you could make that thesis. But that's all up to you, okay? So 196, 20 SMA. Be careful up here. The pullback level is probably around this 191, I'd say, right? You have 191, 191, 191. Again, a few 191s here. That's probably your pullback level. So watch that 191 today. I think the cleanest trade that would come here would be a break and hold over 196. That's going to be the cleanest trade if you get that. That's going to be the squeeze trade, the quick trade, the aggressive upside. That's going to be the nice one. If you don't get that, right, if we have multiple days of rejections here, right, then maybe that short sets up right off 196. But I don't think you need to set it up today. Right? I don't think you need to set it up today. All right, let's continue. Nvidia. What did we talk about on Friday? We talked about the Friday. We talked about the break and retest of 710 verbatim, word for word, straight from this live stream. If you came to the live stream and you pay attention, all right, you know we talked about let's wait for the break and retest of 710 for long entries on Nvidia. And man, oh man, did that happen on Friday. And man, oh man, was that a beautiful trade on Friday. Look at this pure sexual action. 710, 710, break, retest, flag. I mean, it just doesn't get better than that. What a long entry that was on Friday. Little 710 holds, little pop, little retest, little hold again, 710 right there. Bam. And man, was that a trade. So, congratulations, anyone that took that. Why did we watch 710 break and retest? If we go back to the 15-minute chart, 710 was a previous double top high. All right, you see a break and hold above a previous double top high. You're looking for longs. And that is exactly what happened. So, very nice there. If you want to stay patient today, right? If you don't want to chase Nvidia, what are you looking for? You're looking for the larger term retest, right? One of these moves right here. See this move? See that move right there? See how you sort of over a few days, sort of came back down to that retest level, and then it created that new long? Then what are you looking for here? You're looking for this to, sort of come back down to that retest level, create a new floor. Remember that drawing we made? Right? Where are we looking along? At those previous highs. Right in there. That's your best long entry there is. Right? Around 710 on some kind of a pullback. Do we get it? I don't know. But that is what we're watching. So, what's the next level we could watch today? If we don't get an aggressive pullback, what's the next? The next and only level, right? And let me make this very clear. This is the only other level that I would consider shorting Nvidia or longing Nvidia off of. It's 722, and it's the early morning gap fill. Okay, this is the only level the only other level that I would look for today is 722. It's a gap fill. It's a possible previous day high. If you pull back and hold the previous day highs and the gap fill level, there could be a nice long off that level today. That would be a very aggressive trade, but a very possible trade. Now, the reason I say this is because if we drop back under the Friday highs and we drop back under the gap fill level, I don't trust this, right? This is not trustable upside. This is just a one-day upside move, okay? This is just a one-day upside move. It's just sort of that intraday chop. And if we start to fall back under that area, right, there's going to be an aggressive amount of selling that goes on, right, in this area. So I do not trust any longs between 722 and 710. It's either a long here. If this does not hold, I'm not looking for longs until here, right? And this, my friends, right, having this type of discipline is what's going to save you from blowing up your account, okay? Having the discipline to say to yourself, I like Nvidia at 2 spots today and 2 spots only. I'm going to look for longs at 722 or I'm going to look for longs at 710. If I don't see a long at 722, I'm not going to find random areas during the day to potentially long Nvidia. I'm not going to create stories in my mind during the day to find reasons to long Nvidia, right? I'm going to either long it at my analysis. I'm either going to trust my analysis, whatever your analysis is. I'm going to take longs or trades at my analysis, and that's it, right? I'm not going to create stories intraday to find reasons to be trading Nvidia or trading anything. Okay? This type of mindset is going to save you from losing your ass. So try to stay strong to that, right? Stay strong to that mindset. I like these two levels. That's where I'm trading. If it's not there, I'm not doing anything. All right? I think that will save you in the long run. I'd recommend thinking like that. All right? Let's continue. Nvidia or AMD, sorry. I am long AMD. If you guys are, you guys are probably aware of that if you're in the group. I am long AMD with that idea of the 20 SMA holding, right? We talked about this in the live stream. We said, hey, look how many times AMD has sort of held that 20, right? And maybe it holds it again, right? Maybe it does it again, okay? And so what I did on Friday was I waited for AMD to sort of pull back, sort of base, and I went long on AMD, near this 20 SMA, right? We saw once again on Friday that 20 SMA just hold strong once again. So I'm basically staying here, right? I'm staying long AMD until we break back under the 20 SMA. That's pretty much my game plan here. I'm just going to trust that analysis with a little bit of a further outdated contract. I do have Fridays, so I might have to push those out further depending on what AMD does. But I'm going to try to go for that idea, and I'm going to see if it works, right? This is what trading's about, seeing if your analysis works, seeing if those larger term those trends work. We've seen that 20 SMA hold this market up, hold this AMD stock up, and I'm going to try to long as close as I can to that 20 and see if I can get that continuation. So that is something I'm doing right now. We'll see how that works out. The big level that it needs to break over is 175. Okay? We need to get over 175. If it does not get over 175, I would say my chances of this working out are low. This is a major rejection point, and AMD absolutely needs to get over 175. If AMD gets over 175, I think it quickly goes to 181. So 175, big supply. 181, next level. You need to get over 175. Okay? That's what I'm watching today. Google. We had a very nice long on Friday on Google. You pretty much got your gap fill, guys, right? We were talking about this gap fill. Here's your gap fill. It pretty much has filled majority of that gap. So a really nice move on Friday on our Google trade. Really nice. Now, what are we watching now on Google? Where do we need to be a little bit careful of, right, as we sort of hold this swing trade? What would be the levels to be cautious at? I think the first one to be cautious at is right here, right around this Thursday low. I would say it's probably like just 151, right? 151. That's probably the level, and this is probably a reason to start taking some profits on Google. 151. That looks to be a little bit of a level there if you are holding Google longs. Above 151, I think you'd move pretty quickly to around that 153. Okay. So 151, that's your first supply. Then it's 153. Watch for these rejection points if you are along Google. Those are very big levels. I'm probably going to be pretty much a profit taker today on Google swing. I think it's up close to 100%. So I'm going to, just start taking that off. I was pretty blind to the fact that I was holding Google on Friday, to be honest, guys. I just sort of forgot about it. And Friday, I had some nice scalps. I had a nice day. And I just said, hey, whatever swings I have, let's just let them be. Okay, let's not overmanage this. Let's just let them be. You've made enough on the short-term trades to offset any losses. So let's let these things ride. So I barely even watched Google on Friday, which I actually enjoyed. I like when I get in a trade like that where you just have that confidence in it. So let's see, right? 151, 153. Let's keep an eye on those areas. Could you see a pullback on this? Absolutely. All right, let's continue. Meta. So Meta's sort of gotten into sort of no man's land here, is what I like to call it. I think you need a pullback before you can look for a long on Meta here. So here's Meta over the last few trading days. And you guys know you broke that trend. You had to squeeze higher, right? This is really where you want to be long, right here, guys. Long on Meta, 465. That's where you want a long entry on Meta, right down there, okay? Where do you want to be careful on those longs? It looks like it's anywhere between, I'd say 570. It's probably 471. I'd say anywhere between 471 and 474 looks a little bit heavy here. So you got this supply up here, 471. You got that 474 up there. And then you got this low at 465. So today, what would I look for? I'd look to see if there's a long off 465 today. If you break under 465, you're coming back down to 460. All right? All right. ARM. Let's take a look at ARM. So the level we talked about on Friday, guys, word for word, verbatim in the live stream, we said look for a pullback to 107 on ARM. And that was the perfect long entry on ARM on Friday. So you had 107 here. Look at how perfectly that held. Break and retest. Break, right? That's a nice retest. Back to this previous high right there, right? Break and retest, 107, perfect long. Now today, what are we looking at? Today we're looking at this. Let's go to that 5-minute chart. Let's zoom in on ARM. Let me zoom in on your ARM. So, 118, number one. Rejection spot. Be careful there. Okay? Support, 114. Next support, 107. So what are we looking for today? I would love to look for a 118 break and retest. Break and hold over 118 today pushes you very quickly to these highs. Okay? Break and retest of 118 today on ARM gives you an upside move to 124. That's my first watch. If you reject and you come back down to 114, I'll look to see if a demand hold steps up at 114 for potential entries to the upside as well. If you break under 114, then the longs are over, okay? You're not looking for longs if ARM breaks 114. ARM under 114 is no good. That would probably result in that coming back down towards that 107, and you do not want to be long here if it's coming back down to 107, all right? You're going to sit through a world of pain there. So 114 is your last sort of line of defense in the short term for longs. If you break under that, 107. If you break over 118 and it breaks and holds, right, you're looking for that upside into 124. All right, next, coin. Coin, you want to pull back, right? What do you want on coin? Okay, stop chasing it. It's Bitcoin, right? Be careful of chasing these types of volatility names, right? You need pullbacks. You need structured long entries. Where's your next structured long entry? It's either down at 137, which was a very nice hold on Friday, 137, or it's the gap fill. One of the two. It's either 137, right here, for a long off that level, or it's a gap fill. And the gap fill interests me a little bit more. All right, if you break under this low at 137, you're coming back to fill this gap, and that might be the entry you're looking for at 134, okay? So 137, 134 are the two levels I would look for on coin today. SMCI, yeah, another big push on SMCI. What are you looking for? Previous day highs to turn into new lows right there, right? Easy as can be. 743, 743.60. Look to see if that holds. Can SMCI do this? If it does, that's a dream entry. Only thing I'll say about SMCI, guys, if you have less than $15,000 to $20,000 in your account, you have no business trading this, okay? If you're trading SMCI with $2,000 in your account, you're out of your damn mind. All right, let's continue. Apple, I really don't have much on Apple. It's just sort of nothing, right? I'm not going to pay attention to stocks that are doing this, guys. Apple, I'll invest in it. I'll buy shares in Apple, but I'm not going to trade a stock that's doing this for an entire week, guys, right? This is an entire week of price action, and Apple went nowhere. Okay, so we're not going to get involved in those names. Microsoft, let's take a look at that one. Pretty nice push on Microsoft, right? What did it do? Can't make this up, right? What is this? This is a previous high into new lows, right? That's pretty hard to make up right there. That is a thing of beauty on Microsoft. Look at how beautiful that is. Previous highs, perfect new lows. What did that result in? Major upside. Beautiful stuff right there on Microsoft. Break and retest action off 412. Can't get much better than that. Beauty. So, what are you looking for now? You're looking for a pullback all the way back down to this high here, guys, to be quite honest, right? If you really want an entry long, if you actually want a good entry, you're waiting for the pullback, right? And what did Microsoft do so many times before? It slammed people that chased it. Okay? You chase Microsoft without that nice pullback, right? You're going to get sort of hurt. So what are you looking for now on Microsoft? You're looking for that very aggressive sort of morning pullback, that sort of drop to the downside that everyone gets scared out of, and you're looking for that next long back down there at 415. That's exactly what you want. So if you see Microsoft starting to come back down to that 415, right, look to see if that turns into your next long entry on the retest of these highs, holds of those lows. This could be your great long entry down here. That's really where you want to be long. So watch that 415 area on Microsoft. Let's see if we get it. Amazon. Yeah, Amazon's at a pretty crucial level here, actually. Right, this is actually a good one to watch today. 174.50. This is big. So this should be actually one of our top watches today. Not gonna lie, I just haven't had a chance to go over Microsoft yet or Amazon yet. So right here, okay, you got this. Looks like for now it's around this 170. It looks like it's 174 to be honest. If we go down to the short term, yeah, that is what it looks like. 174. You can see right here. And this level was perfect. This 172.50 was so nice from Friday too. 174 for now. Right, look at this. That's really nice. So if you can hold 174, I think you're long here all day on Amazon. This could be a really nice trade today. That would be a hold above this previous high, this general high. You can see that 174 is definitely being a reaction this morning. So let's see, right? 174. I don't care about Bezos selling stock, guys. CEO selling stock is all start of a. You guys need to start to understand this. CEOs selling stock is all part of a structured, game planned selling package, right? When Bezos sells shares, it has been outlined for years, okay? Bezos has to sell shares. It doesn't mean that Bezos is bearish on his company. It doesn't mean that it's going to hurt the company, okay? When CEOs sell shares, it's all part of a packaged plan that is required for them to sell shares, okay? This is just part of what happens. So not worried about that. 174, right? Very nice there. You can see right there. You can see right there. You can see right there. 174, perfect level to watch today. Let's see if that holds. If we get a pullback to 174, if we hold that, that could be very nice. So let's keep an eye on that. Under 174, what would you love to see? You'd love to see a pullback to that 172.50. That would be very nice, right? You can get a pullback here to 172.50 on the little retest there. That could be really sexy, okay? 172.50, 172.50, right? That could be very nice as well. So let's look for these holds. 174, 172.50 for some possible longs on Amazon. I like it. I like it. Let's watch that. I think I got to get out of here. Already went over, Arm. Stop coming in late. You're late. Okay, wake up. Wake up on time. All right, I think the rest of the stocks are going to go into the Discord. So if you guys want to check those out, feel free. I'm going to post those in the group. Yeah. Thank you guys again. Let's go quickly over the NASDAQ real quick. Once again, right, 18,000. That's our level there. Let's see. All right, we're still just sort of floating here. ES, 5,040. Still waiting on it. So let's see what happens here, guys. Happy Monday. Thank you guys for being here. I got to run. It's 8:53, so I'm over time. If you guys could, press that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new here. We do this every single day starting at 8 a.m. Can you go over AMC, please, and tell me if it's about to finally go to the moon? I will say, my friend, when the cow jumps over the moon is when AMC goes to the moon. All right? So just keep an eye out on the cow. All right, guys, press that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace.